to score in this league. I mean, defenses are coming and they're giving us good looks, and so for us, we can't get penalties. We can't fumble the ball, and whenever I get the opportunity to hit someone on a throw, I got to hit it.
All right, Dan Orlowski in the house. Good to see you.
What's up, man? How are you?
I didn't bring a hat.
You don't need to. I got that covered. I got that covered.
Max, are you surprised by the Colts beating the Chiefs?
I thought the Chiefs would win, but I can't say like I'm shocked by it or anything like that. People forget the Colts, before the season ever started, were considered by many. There's a difference between saying you're the best team and you're the most well-rounded team. So the Colts were like 1 through 53 considered maybe the best roster. So that means that you're not only good up front, I don't mean your line, I mean like with your starters, but you have depth too. Everyone can play football on that team, was at least what we were told and what it appeared to be. And, you know, that was the consensus. And with Andrew Luck, wow, they're Super Bowl contenders. The issue with the Colts was that Luck got hurt. But by the way, even then, when you thought about quarterback health in terms of how strong you are there, maybe the Colts were number one because backing up Luck was Brissett. Well, okay, that's why you have a really good young ascending backup as opposed to just like a guy who can get you through a few weeks because you really want to position yourself in the event. Well, they did. Okay, so the unthinkable happened, and they lose Luck permanently, apparently, when he retires. And then their young quarterback, who Belichick drafted, by the way, he takes the job and is dealing with a really good roster. Now, look, the reason I really thought the Chiefs are going to win, the Colts, in addition to everything else, are banged up. So you're up against a superior team, and you're banged up, and they're at home, right? So, like, all right, you're going to lose this one. But I can't say, wow, I'm shocked the Colts won. They can run the ball. They got a really good team.
I'm shocked, and I'm shocked for a couple of reasons. Number one, let's understand what transpired yesterday. It wasn't just about, again, you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs giving up some yardage against the run. Obviously, the Indianapolis Colts can run with the football. Mac had 29 carries, 132 yards, about 4.6 yards a carry. We get all of that. That's been an Achilles heel dating back to last year from the Kansas City Chiefs. We get all of that. And obviously, if you want to beat the Kansas City Chiefs led by Patrick Mahomes, there's a formula to that. Keep him off the damn field. Move the chains, run the football, keep him on the sidelines. That's the best way to tell, other than stepping on his ankle numerous times and getting his ankle messed up. Here's what we have to pay attention to with the Colts. Number one, their offensive line is big time. Just no doubt about that. The offensive line, it's amazing because what it does is it highlights Gregson and what he did when he was the executive for the Indianapolis Colts and how negligent he was in his duties, which is why he's no longer there. Chris Ballard comes there. He's clearly not making the same mistakes. But what I love what I'm seeing, Dan, from the Indianapolis Colts, they went after Mahomes, and sometimes they sent 4. And you got guys that showed up, especially Justin Houston. He obviously has something to prove playing against his former team. You had him, you had Moore, you had Stewart. All of these guys had sacks, and so they were in Mahomes' face. If you can get in his face, particularly when only pressuring with 4, that really, really sets the tempo. I didn't anticipate that that's something that they would be able to do against Kansas City. If you're talking about neutralizing Patrick Mahomes, what's the 2 things to do other than keeping him on the sideline? You pressure him, but still having enough dudes in the secondary in order to defend against his, his sniper-like capabilities as a passer of the football. If you can apply that pressure, but you don't have to blitz all the damn time to do it, then that sends a message to Kansas City, and they certainly were not the same looking at how the Colts attacked them, and that's what I appeal for.
Yeah, nothing in the NFL shocks me, because of all the time that I was, fortunate enough to spend in there. The style of this happening shocked me. I mean, that shocked me.
Style.
They went into one of the toughest places to play in the NFL. On the road. So first of all, I would tell you that is one of the toughest environments to go play against a team that offensively had scored 25 plus points in something like 26 straight games. And as hot and unstoppable offensively we've ever seen in the NFL, really. I mean, it's certainly in a long time. And they played bully ball on both sides of the football. We know that the Colts can play bully ball on offense because of their offensive line and Quentin Nelson. But the bully ball on defense shocked me. This is what happened. They got up into the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers' faces and started punching them in the face. And they got physical with them. And they said, we're not scared for you to run by us. and we're only, to Stephen A's point, going to go after you with 4. And those front 4 bully balled the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. That was shocking to me. We got to remember, to hold this team to 13 points at home, this is a team that, in the Colts, they were beat by Oakland, and they gave up 31 to Oakland, who's the 20th ranked offense in the NFL. They gave up 17 more points than the Chiefs scored to Tennessee, who's the 25th ranked offense in the NFL, yet still held this team to 13 at home, and it was bully ball, in-your-face mentality, making plays in man-to-man coverage on Kelsey, forcing drops. We haven't seen that from a team, really.
Part of the NFL, I'm sure as you experienced, is kind of like who's hot, like when you catch a team. And there were little signs of this last week from the Chiefs, like, wait, things aren't clicking on all cylinders as they normally were. What impresses me about the Chiefs, or rather what the impression that I'm left with is, the Chiefs and the Rams last year, let's take it, the offenses were so high-powered that anything you got on defense, particularly for the Rams, which is I thought, they could win a Super Bowl, is like, oh, my God, it puts them over the top. But when you really look at the teams that are stout against the run, that can do things both sides of the ball, in the NFC, you're looking at the Saints. That's, to me, what really separated them. They can stop the run. And now, and the Pats with that defense now, the Chiefs are not that kind of team. And they really haven't been over the last couple of years. They're the kind of team that's going to get you with their offense.
Sure.
Well,
so if you can run the ball, you can run the ball.
Did we see the blueprint?
No, the blueprint was started, last year.
Well,